One of the things that we were told at the very beginning of this was be yourself. And I tell people that all the time. God ain't gonna bless you acting like nobody else. You've got to be yourself in your space. And I'm oftentimes the youngest African American in the room. Sometimes I'm the only African American in the room. Sometimes I'm the only African American in the room that actually speaks up like he's an African American in the room. We've got to go back to the 1960s when we all decided that your struggle is my struggle.
So let's roll up our sleeves. Let's get to work and create a brighter future for all generations to come.
Together, we can change our community for the better.
Let's work together to create a community where we can all be proud, where every person has the opportunity to thrive.
I'm not gonna leave without that message being heard. I'm unapologetically me. I've been told that I was too articulate. I've been told that I sounded like a radio personality. Why can't a black man sound like that? Why can't a black man sound intelligent and articulate? Why can't a black man speak with passion? Why can't a black woman be heard and understood? Why can't she? Let's go. I'm sick and tired of the labels. I'm sick and tired of being told you too articulate. You sound too good. Excuse my language, Dad.
This whole purpose of this boot camp was to take what we learned and take it back to our people. And we can't do that with a cracked foundation. It don't matter if we're young or old. We all know what we have to do.
That was so powerful. That video gets me every single time I watch it.
Over here just smiling, picking out the people that I knew in the crowd.
I love that. So welcome to the CBCI Live. We are super excited to come before you again. We have another boot camp participant with us today. We have Dr. Shonna Tillman, and I'm going to let her tell you guys all about herself. So thank you, Shonna, for coming on. Just kind of introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, first, thank you again for inviting me just to come share my story. But for everybody out there, I am Dr. Shonna Tillman. I hold a PhD in public policy and administration. I am from Grenada, Mississippi, and I currently reside in Starkville, Mississippi, where I also teach at Mississippi State in the political science department. I got my undergrad at Mississippi State. I'm going to Hell State all day. And then I also went ahead and got my master's from Belhaven in public policy and administration also. I'm also currently a project manager for a social justice organization. And my main passion is just being out with community and being with the people.
Yes, I love that. So it sounds like you do a lot. You have boots on the ground. You're involved in several different organizations, just really serving and just making yourself useful out there today. So let's jump right into boot camp. So kind of tell those that don't know, that may be watching, what exactly is boot camp from your perspective?
So boot camp from my perspective is it's a boot camp. Like I tell people all the time, it is real deal boot camp, all day training, but it's so good. You're learning not only the surface levels about politics and running campaigns, but you're diving deeper into what aligns with you more and where can you fit in there. It's also a great bonding experience. I tell people all the time with my cohort, we bonded and we are a family. We don't talk every day, but when one of us needs one, we jump in and we support where we can.
Yes, and that's the feedback I've been getting from every boot camp attendee that we have interviewed so far. They say, like, my cohort, those are my people. They're like family. You know, forever in DC, we got a group chat going, and we see where we can all link up and get together. So I love that. So, what year did you attend boot camp?
I did 2019.
Nice. So, what makes this boot camp experience just different from other businesses or leadership programs that are out there?
This one was different because not only did we discuss the political side of things, our community organizing side, our trainers did a really good job to ask us, like, who are we and what do we want from that? I like to tell the story all the time. I went into the space actually thinking that I did not fit in, because my cohort members, they were amazing. They were in political spaces, they were elected officials, or they were community organizers. And here I come, a girl from Grenada working at Enterprise, trying to figure out where do I fit. But, having those conversations and just understanding our power within. My trainer told me, actually, I was expressing to her that I was an introvert. And I was like, I don't know how to find these spaces or get into these spaces. I'm really to myself. And if you know me, I'm very quiet. I don't talk a lot. And she was like, well, being an introvert is your power. And that did something to me because I didn't think that it was, especially when you hear political boot camp or CBC, you think of these powerful leaders, these powerful voices, and you're like, where can an introvert fit in at? And from there, she kind of like walked me through it and broke it down to say, these are the spaces that you can play in. Like, you are a key player. You just have to believe in yourself and to be able to do it. And I think that's what made it so different and more impactful is they were really trying to understand who we were and say, let's put who you identify yourself as and put it to these skills that we're giving you during this boot camp time.
Yes, I love that. So, as a new boot camp attendee, what can they expect when they walk into boot camp? Like, what is the first thing? Like, what's going to hit them? What should they be expecting when they walk through boot camp?
It would definitely be the people in the room, because you're going to meet a lot of amazing people doing a lot of different things. And again, if you're coming from a small town in Mississippi like I would, you're going to be mind blown. But I would say don't go in there intimidated. Being in that space is not only a blessing, but it's a privilege. And just seeing where you can learn from beyond the boot camp, but with your cohort also.
Oh, nice. So, what are some of the key topics or skills that are covered during boot camp that you can share with us?
So, one of the ones that stood out the most with me was definitely the public speaking workshops that we did, just kind of understanding how to craft those stories and how to talk about yourself. Because again, I'm very bad at that. Well, I was very bad at that, but learning the power of storytelling was really impactful. Understanding polling numbers and researching and the power in those numbers. I think sometimes when people think of running a campaign, they just think, well, I just need to get the votes. That's all that matters in order to win the campaign. It's like, no, it's so much more than that. It goes beyond that. It's a science behind it. So learning the science of it is also one of the experiences that you'll learn. And then the business side of it. We had a session where they taught us, well, if you want to go into consulting or if you want to work in nonprofit, like these are the things you need to start thinking about. And these are the basic steps for you to either start your own or to hop on a new one. But even the business side of the aspect, it just kind of all brought it together to make the experience more impactful.
Oh, nice. So, speaking of impact, what has been one of the most impactful moments that you witnessed while you were at boot camp?
Oh, it was so many. I would say the most impactful, me and my cohort members, we called it the Oprah hour. But one, you spend all day together. So 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, maybe even later. But after our training was done, I want to say it was about 8 o'clock. We stayed in that room and we just poured into each other that night. And I don't know what it was, but there was no dry eye in the house. We were all crying. We were all like each other. We were sharing our fears and our goals and our wishes. And I think that was the night that bonded us for good when we had that night. But we called it the Oprah experience because we were just able to be vulnerable with one another and just learn how to support each other from once we leave those doors.
Yeah. So, what were kind of the age ranges from people that was in your cohort? Because some people think like, hey, I may be too old for boot camp, or I'm maybe too young. I'm gonna be the youngest person in the room. Kind of, what did that age gap look like in your cohort?
I want to say the youngest was in college, so I want to say she was probably 19 or 20. And also shout out to her because she's also the first Black woman mayor in Anniston, Alabama.
Yes.
So that's something that I love to brag about.
Come on, boot camp.
And then I want to say the oldest was probably in her late 60s, early 70s. I want to say it's right there, but we range right in between there. So learning from the youngest person in the room to the oldest person in the room, that was also amazing too.
Yes. Nice. So shout out to her. I love to see it. So what type of mentorship and support do boot camp attendees receive while at boot camp? And I guess speak on kind of how they can use that outside of boot camp when they're going back to their normal jobs.
Yeah. So some people think that you just have to reach out to the facilitators for mentorship. And it's not always the case. You can reach out to your cohort for mentorship. Even with my experience, I reached out to a lot of my cohort members to ask them questions about more speaking engagement, like what do I need to do to become a better speaker? Or I'm thinking about starting this nonprofit. What are the steps that I need to take? And they were able to guide me and support me that way. But the facilitators are always open to guide and support people too. So the mentorship is in the room and it's there if you need it. It's just, are you going to take it or not?
Yes. Absolutely. Speaking of like mentorship, that kind of ties into networking. So, how important is networking and relationship building during this experience? Because all the previous guests were like, hey, the network that I made at bootcamp, unmatched. So, kind of speak on your experience with some of the networks that you've been exposed to.
I definitely agree. The networking and relationship building is definitely worth it. Again, you're in this room with people from 9, 10, 12 hours, depending on what the session is for that day. And to build those relationships and take it beyond Piney Woods is so amazing because people are there to support you, from facilitators to cohort members to the CBC members. They are there and they want to see you rise. They want to see you go into community and uplift your community. So it's there. It's unmatched. It's actually it's unbelievable. I love it actually.
Yeah, and you say you still keep in contact with these same people to this day and everything. So I love that. It's not about what you know, but who you know sometimes.
That is definitely true.
So what advice would you give someone who's nervous about applying for boot camp, or maybe an attendee has been selected and they're watching this and they're kind of like, I don't know what I'm getting into. So what advice do you have for someone that's kind of nervous about it?
One advice that I would have is to go in there nimble and just be ready to learn. And then the second thing, that was something that was poured into me. You're in this space because God chose you to be in that space, right? So just that's the time to honor not only yourself, but to honor God too, because you were put in there for a reason. And then lastly, I would definitely say you get into the space what you put in it. So if you go in there ready to learn, make the networks, getting the mentorship, you're going to come out with it. It's all about what you want as soon as you get in. And then this is also coming from a person who started from a small town, who was working at Enterprise, where everybody was in political spaces. It's definitely worth it. And don't be afraid to go in there and to just be yourself.
Yeah, so since boot camp, did that push you to want to get into more political spaces since just experiencing it from that perspective?
So for me, it kind of did the opposite. So I know. It's so funny. So when I graduated from undergrad, I went into my master's program, and I was like, well, I just want to be in nonprofit work. And I also started my master's program when Obama left the administration and we got a new president at the time. And just watching that administration, it got me more involved into politics. It was always something that I loved to watch and to pay attention to. But it was at a surface level. But at that time, I dug a little bit more deeper. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to run for office one day. Like that was in my mind. And then being able to participate in CBC and learning all the things and meeting all the people. And I was like, I don't think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't think this is for me, friends. So even when I got done and I started my PhD and I still stay connected with my cohort members and watching them do amazing things, I held on to what my facilitator told me about being an introvert is my power. And I kind of found more of my space on an academic level. I felt like advocacy looks different in many different ways. You can impact your community in many different ways. And I was like, well, maybe mine is more of storytelling. So even in my research, I focus on Black women leadership, rural government, what happens when communities actually start supporting each other as a collective and not in an individual society. So that's where I kind of found my lane. And I don't think I would have if I didn't experience CBC.
Yes, I love that. That definitely leads me to my next question. So, what are some of the biggest transformations that you've seen personally since boot camp?
It would definitely be me coming out of my shell. I have gained to be more vocal. My mom calls me a little radical, but it's okay because I have stepped into it, and it's perfectly fine. But I also learned the importance of not only like getting resources, but sharing resources out. So even in Grenada, I'm a mentor with the Diamond Project. I work with the communities with the NAACP. Like I do a lot of things in my community, but my number one goal is to be their resource for them and to put them in these spaces that I was blessed to be in because somebody saw something in me and did the same for me.
Oh, beautiful. So just giving back, each one teach one.
Yeah.
So what mindset changes typically happen during the experience?
For me, I said that's when the light bulb click. Because I think when people hear politics or campaigns, they hear campaign manager and they hear the candidate. But once you finally get into the experience and learning all the things, you know that there are a lot of key players in order to either support a candidate or support an advocacy cause. There's a lot of moving pieces. And I think that's what clicked for me, understanding and learning that everybody has a part and no part is too small. All parts are big, and the role that you play can affect the next decision of whatever we're focusing on at that moment.
Yes, I love it. And we have a lot of people chiming in the comments on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
On your end, but they're saying, go Adrienne, Shonna, Dr. Shonna.
Adrienne.
19. Let's go, Dr. Tillman. Hey, Shonna Boo, we see a lot of purple hearts and diamonds.
Those are my people.
So it just shows how you just made such an impact in the community. And you said that experience just taught you to, go back to your roots and kind of want to give back to those that poured into you, because I think that's a lot of times where we miss the mark. Some people will get all this experience, this exposure, meet this network, and they just keep it to themselves instead of just,
Yeah. I think charge people for the resource.
Right. Yeah. So what is one thing that attendees can expect to walk away with after completing boot camp?
Number one is family, because you're definitely going to form a family from the boot camp. And two, I hope, and that will also be my charge for anybody that's attending this year, is that that light bulb clicks off for you and that you find your purpose during that time.
So you felt like you found your purpose during that time.
Absolutely.
You step out of your shell there. So what would you say to someone who's considering attending the next CBC Institute bootcamp? Because I'm actually thinking about considering it myself. I spoke briefly with Andrea about it just in passing, but I was like, I gotta learn more about it, see exactly what it is that they do, how intense is it. So what would you say to someone like myself that's considering attending the next CBC Institute bootcamp?
One thing is more than politics. So even if you're not thinking about getting into politics or running for office, still apply. And I think that was one of the things that I struggled with during my time, because Andrea did call me and she's like, "Shut up, you want to do CBC?" And I had no idea what CBC was. I knew what it was, but I didn't know there was a boot camp for it. And something in my head just said, do it. And I did it. And this is the result that happened. So my thing is telling everybody, if you're thinking about doing it, do it.
Yeah. So who would you say boot camp is not for? Because we talk a lot about, okay, who's boot camp for, but what type individual is boot camp not for, if anyone?
I would have to say boot camp would not be for the people who think they're the smartest person in the room. Because you will get humbled real fast. I would definitely say
that he knows nothing.
Yes, if you're going into the space, trying to take over the space and not learning from the people in the room, it is definitely not for you. That is a real humble and nimble experience, and you have to consider yourself to be a sponge in order to reap the benefits of being a part of the boot camp.
I love that. And I've heard nothing but such great things from all of our guests that have come on CBCI Live. We really do appreciate all of you guys. And you just pour so much into us. So kind of touch on what changed for you business-wise after attending boot camp. What changed in your career?
I definitely left Enterprises, if anybody's asking.
In case y'all are wondering.
I'll take that clip over there. But I did start my own consulting firm, which I'm very excited about. It will not launch until months later, but I don't think I would have if I did not go through the experience and truly understand like exactly what I wanted to do. So with the firm, I am looking at community organizations or grassroots organization and analyzing them to see if they're being impactful in those spaces and strategizing on what they can do to really touch the communities and thrive in those communities. So that's where we stand there. I've also, and I tell people this all the time, my therapist told me that I should take a leap last year, and she was like, "You should do something crazy." So I signed up for a TED Talk. And I did a TED Talk, but I took the skills that I learned from CBC in order to perform my TED Talk. But I would say that CBC did make me a little bit more adventurous. It made me a little more sure of myself to try things. So now I just be out doing things, and I was like, if it sticks, it sticks. But if it doesn't, it's okay.
So it helps kind of build that confidence. It's like a motivating factor to say like, hey, why not me? Why can't I achieve this?
Right.
I love that. I love the confidence that it leaves all of our attendees that do attend boot camp. So I'm super excited. And I'm just so grateful that you came on to kind of talk to us. So we'll just kind of switch gears, kind of make it fun a little bit. I kind of have a this or that political game for us to play. Okay. Yay. So this or that, would you rather a debate stage or behind the scenes strategies?
I am behind the scenes strategist all day.
A campaign rally or a private fundraiser?
Campaign rally. Put me with the people.
Local politics or national politics?
Ooh. I'm going to have to say local.
CNN or Fox News?
CNN all day.
A town hall meeting or press conference?
Town hall meeting.
Politics on social media or politics on television?
I'm gonna say social media because I'm stepping away from TV. So I'm gonna do social media.
Right. Would you rather run for mayor or governor?
Mayor.
Public speaking or policy writing?
Policy writing.
Coffee meetings or networking dinners?
Coffee meetings.
Political podcast or political documentary?
Oh, that's a good one. Probably a political documentary. I'm gonna go that lane.
Door-to-door campaigning or digital campaigning?
Door to door all day.
So I want to see the people. I gotta go out there and
I've been in community, door to door.
Political memes or serious debates?
I'm gonna have to say serious debates.
We can't play around with politics.
Yeah.
Too serious.
We got some serious debates.
State politics or federal politics?
I'm gonna have to go with state.
Facts over feelings or people over politics?
People over politics all day long.
Policy change or community impact?
I can have both. I gotta pick one.
Yeah, pick one. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna say community because then along the line we'll get the policy change.
Yeah, we have to build the community, boots on the ground. And last one, young voters or veteran voters?
Young voters. That is the most exciting thing to see. Young voters.
Yes, love that. So what legacy do you hope the CBC Institute Bootcamp experience leaves in the community? Because you're very heavy on the community, power to the people. I want to get out there in the crowd. So what impact do you hope CBCI Bootcamp leaves?
I think they're already leaving it. Developing the leaders to go back in and be boots on the ground. I think it's already been done. They're doing it and they're continuing to do it. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like when my nephew joins. He's 12. So on down the years, what happens when he becomes part of the CBCI family in the future and the impact that he's going to make.
Yes. How old?
He's 12. So we got a while.
It starts young though.
That is true.
It really did start at that age. One question that we have from someone watching, they want to know your thoughts about the Supreme Court decision when it comes to redistricting. They're trying to do a lot to take away our votes. And kind of what are your thoughts on that? What can we do in the community to kind of get back to where we need to be?
One of the things I would definitely say is understanding not only what redistricting means, but understanding the maps in your state and especially in your communities and following along to what they're trying to do. I think once we understand the strategy that they're trying to put out there, then we're able to develop our own strategy and then we can mobilize the people and get out there and combat the issue. It is rough out here in these streets. Trying to fight against these maps, the fight is not over. I know some people think it is because one decision came out, but the fight is definitely not over. And it's just up to us to stay diligent and to pay attention because they try it all.
Yes, I love that. We just have to continue to be involved. And to continue to put ourselves in rooms and spaces to where, we can be a part of the change.
Yes.
That is something we're heavily focused on here at CBCI. So.
Absolutely. I tell my students all the time that community work is not microwavable. It takes years, but the seed that we plant is the most important thing. Even if we can't watch it grow or see it flourish to its full potential, the seed that we put in the ground will make the best impact.
Absolutely. I'm reading some of the comments here. Someone said, I can get used to vote Dr. Tillman for Grenada, Mississippi mayor.
Absolutely not.
We're not going to sneak it into the atmosphere tonight. But you can help with the campaign. You got
behind the scene all day.
Yes, someone said that they're excited for this year's boot camp. We're excited for you. We really are. The 2026 boot campers start a week from today, and they are watching. So, is there any just a motivational moment that you can just share with them to get them encouraged and get them excited about next week?
My best advice is to go to bed on time. Get there on time. You do not want to be late. That would be my number one advice. Number two, go in there, have fun, make the friendship, make the connection, and I promise you, you won't regret it.
Yes, I love that. So tell our watchers, how can they connect with you? How can they contact you?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Facebook, Shonna Tillman. Instagram, I think it's Shonna Tillman 8, but I'm sure if you type it in, I will pop up somewhere. And I'm also on LinkedIn. I am there under Adrian Tillman, a name that I do not like, but that's another story.
We gotta be professional on LinkedIn.
Yeah, got to be very professional on that side of the world.
Government names, right?
Yeah. But yeah, if they have additional questions or connections, please feel free to reach out. I do not mind at all.
Yes, I love that. So you guys make sure you connect with Dr. Shonna Tillman. We just want to thank her for her time here tonight. It's been very powerful. It's been very impactful. And they are in the comments saying, someone said, I second that, Mayor Tillman. So, hey.
What's happening?
Hey. We're gonna save this live stream because you never know what might happen. We got to go back on here. It all started on the CBCI live.
We will see, but I do not see it. God will have to tell me.
Yes, let them tell you. So we definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And thank you so much for your time, Dr. Shonna.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
Thank you.